We're going to demonstrate for you the use of our entry panels in conjunction with our boot assemblies and standard cushions. Got an entry panel right here. This is how it's going to come delivered with the 4 caps on there. And you've got a boot assembly, which is going to come with 2 hose clamps, one for the bottom and top to connect it to the entry panel, and a standard cushion for whatever size coax you happen to be running, whether it be LMR 600 through 1700, whatever size cable you got. We got the cushion for it, different hole configurations, whether it be 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole. What you do is you'll have your panel be mounted up against the wall of your shelter. And the reason you got the caps on there, if you only got 3 runs going in and you want to use one boot assembly with a cushion, you know, that's going to go like that. The other 2, just keep them covered for later use whenever you're going to run some more coax into your shelter. You'll just pop the cap off and you'll have your 3 runs of coax, which you will have actually going through the hole before anything happens. It's going to be a little difficult to show you that in this demonstration because I just have a couple little stubby pieces of cable. But you'll have it, running through, something like that, and you'll take your cushion, which I'm just going to show you real quick. It's got slices by each of the hole so that you can get your cable right inside there. If you're doing 3 runs, get all 3 inside the cushion, which, keep in mind, like I said, these are all going to be running through there already. So that's what it's going to look like when everything's in the cushion. First, you're going to want to attach your boot to the entry panel using the larger hose clamp. So you supply that on there using a 5/16 nut driver or socket or even a screwdriver. Just tighten that down on the entry panel. There's little grooves. I don't know if you can zoom in far enough to see the little grooves on the side of the boot. Right here. Just make sure that the hose clamp is inside there. Tighten it down. And you've got these running through the shelter. Show in this atmosphere here, but you'll get the idea. And the boot is split down the side, so you're going to spread it out, get that cushion in there. In this case, because I'm trying to balance it here, I'm just going to loosen up this bottom hose clamp a little bit so I can spread the boot open a little bit more. And in the field, if you're having a hard time getting the cushion in there, do the same thing. All that's going to do is open the side of your boot up more, so it'll be easier to slip your cushion inside. Work smarter, not harder. I think that's one of the rules out in the field. Fit the cushion inside the groove that is inside the boot there. Make sure the cushion is in there all the way, otherwise your boot won't close down and it won't be completely weatherproofed. You'll be able to tell if it's in there all the way or not. If you can't get your boot to close, it's not. But I have it in there now. So we'll tighten it down. Make sure you work it in there as you tighten it. because inside this boot, you can zoom in again, you'll see there's a little notch right here. And there's a groove on this side. Those will actually slip together, and that's how it's weatherproof. So you have to make sure that those work correctly while you're tightening it down. Have your smaller hose clamp on the top. Tighten it down, keeping in mind the same thing you were watching for with the bottom one, that that groove fits nice together so that it weatherproofs. You know, if you have to work it in together, which you most likely will have to do. The whole idea is to keep the moisture out of your shelter and away from that radio equipment. Once it's all tightened down, that's what it's going to look like. Boots on there nice and snug, and it's completely weatherproofed. You have a nice neat run of cable going into your shelter.